Chinofadza mweya yedu sagamusha unoya Tina musha Tina musha Atifa Uba Pano Shinofasha Mweya Chaka Shauno Uyagamusha Kamuru Shauno Tina Mushaba Tina Musha Tino Namusha Tino Tina Namusha Sitara Easy Una pena Shawachu Userunyara Bambi
Good morning, good afternoon, Makadi, Mangwanani, Maskati, depending on where you are. Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you. Of course, it's not a good day. It's a very sad day, especially to me. I come from Wedza, and 3 people were murdered by someone who comes from my own village, and some of the people that were murdered are people that I know, people that come from Wedza. So it was only in order for me to have joining. We appreciate you.
Sorry.
Okay. It was only in order for me to have this program so that, I just honor the people that were murdered, honor the people that were killed by Jason Muvevi. Jason Muvevi comes from Wedza. I know in the papers they say it's a Makwarimba village, but he comes just further down from Makwarimba village. I come from Matsine. My area where I grew up is called Matsine. And at Matsine, that's where the police officer, the member in charge of Wedza police station, a place that I know very well, was gunned down right at our bus stop. The bus stop that I go to, if I go to Wedza today, pandinodzikira bhazi ndichiti ndasvika pamusha, that's the place where the police officer Maxwell Hove was killed in cold blood by Jason Muvevi. This is very sad to me. I spent the past 2, 3, 4 days trying to come to grips with what happened in my own backyard, in my own home area. What exactly happened? What exactly caused this? And in the process of doing that, I spoke to a lot of people from Matsine, from Nekairo, from Makwarimba, from the church where the other victim was gunned down. Kumapostori, as you know, the popular Mgodi church is just next to where I grew up. Panodonzi Mgodi. So you go to Matsine, and then you go Mgodi. Mgodi is that's the headquarters of the Mgodi Apostolic Church, or Church Yemapostori yekwamugodi. Ndo kwaipinda madzibaba vainzi madzibaba silence vaipinda church iyoyo yekwamugodi vachigara kwamakwarimba kuvillage yekwamakarimba. So these are people that are known, people that are families. I might not know the very people, but I know the families. So I was speaking to a lot of people. They confirmed everything that was being written in the papers. We're going to play some of the audios. Obviously, some of the people could not come on live because of data and also for security reasons. So we are going to play the first audio. Estella, you can say a few words about this incident in Wedza, and then we can play the first audio from someone who stays near where Muvevi stays. And then we're going to give you more details, more information about his family, about why this happened.
Thank you so much, Chief. Let me take this opportunity to greet and welcome all our viewers and listeners who are joining us on our internet radio, Change Radio, on our Change Radio Facebook page and the Change Radio YouTube page, and those who are joining us from ZimI Facebook page. Thank you all for joining us. And I would just like to encourage you to share this video to other pages so that we can attract as many viewers and listeners as possible. And if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. If you have not yet followed our Facebook page or ZimI's Facebook page, I encourage you to go ahead and do that. We are meeting under very sad circumstances where 3 lives were taken for no apparent justifiable reason other than that somebody had a gun in his possession and he could just use it as he pleased with impunity. It is our hope, of course, that despite his affiliation, political or otherwise, that justice will be done and the families of the deceased can make peace with this tragedy that has befallen them. And of course, the first step necessary for them to be able to make peace with it, to be able to move on with their lives, is to at least see justice done. So we are calling upon those in authority to please make sure that justice sees daylight in this case. Thank you so much, Chief. Let me hand it back over to you.
Yes, if you can play one of the audios, that would be great. And then we'll move on. We have more that we want to share with you about the Wedza triple murder. I will chronicle what I've been told, and everything that I've been told is telling by what is currently unveiling at the court right now.
Chief, before I play the audio, ndangoti onai ngone kumusha kwenyuyo muzamaziva kuti mune hama yenyu iri mu audience.
Inga munobva kumusha kwamai vangu kumatsine nhai zvamuri sekuru vangu memory Zulu muzukuru uya kuinbox uya kuinbox nememory
watowana muzukuru wenyu. Ndokumbiro kune ma-viewers and listeners, kana taakuplaya audio, kana musiri kunzwa, kana kuti kana musiri kunzwa zvakanaka, please let us know kuma comments so that we can, quickly act on that and do something about it. Okay, I'll just play the first.
Muvhevi anobva kwaNegombwe kuti tadarika paBhanabhasi ndokwaanobva ndokune musha wake. Isusu tinotogara kudhuze nekwaari. Vamwe vacho vari kuZviambe, vamwe kwaNdoro kwaRuzane uko. Pamba pawo pakavakwawo hapa kwavakwawo zviri nani.
That was the first audio, and Chief, if you would like, I can still play another one.
Yeah, you can go ahead and play another one.
Maswera sei pano tatakadzima mafoni tichiti tozokubatisai manheru mafoni ane moto. Jaisona anonzi kusena achimuka aenda pamasowe epaMutsamvi. Ndokubva andoti tiri kutsvaga vakuru vepano. Ndobva adarika, ndobva aenda pachikoro paSt John. Ndobva andoti kuna maticha tiri kukisirai magetsi makombiyuta chichichi. Vaya vakati ndezvedi. Makombiyuta anodi anouya. Atibva paSt John ndopaangodhiraivha ndokusvika pamasowe pachibhorani. Ndokubva angosvika kuti pana madzibaba Muvhana, Crispin Muvhana kune vanomuziva. Ndobva angosvika vadambura ipapo. Mai vake kudoti uri kuiteiko naiwe Jason? Saka muri kucheme chii mai? Achibva apinda mumota make akatogara ari kuridza redhiyo yake. Ndopaazoti dhiraivhe ndobva azodi wanga anayo umwe muvhevhi atopfuura achimhanya nekunoku asina hembe. Tikati ko munhu ari kufamba seku ari kufamba asina hembe. Gambiri wanga ari kutoenda kunozvipereka kumapurisa. Saka abva zvanzi adhiraivha akaenda kwaGoto. Imi midzimai dzidzisai tikirashani. Abva aenda kwaGoto. Abva aenda kwaGoto. Ndovanzi abva aenda mupolisi mapurisa. Ndobva anorova member in charge here hanzi nemumwe. ndobva adzika kuno kumukamba ndobva aenda bhotosto yatiti ndokunodambura mukomana anoshanda imomo saka sofa avafo izvezvi muvana akangozvambarira pasowe ipapo vanhu vatotiza vakutyarwawo mapurisa vanhu vecheche vangohwanda mumagwenzi pasowe pasiwa muvana akafa kudaro ndiyo nyaya iri kuno kana tachitoda kutoti vana vaende kuchigaya tatoti abheta kurarira raisi.
Right, so these are some of the people that I was speaking to, and I'll not reveal their names for security reasons, but some of them were closer to what was happening. So the story from most of the people was saying the Max Jason Muvevi was a former police officer, but he just started making money. He just started having money, and then he went into gold mining, and he has been making good money from that. But it is also suspected that everyone in their home area was saying, apa pakarombwa panenge pakaita zvikwambo nekuti mari anga anayo akatanga kuita mari asati aenda gold mining. Paakazoita gold mining yes, mari yange yawedzera, asi vanhu mumusha make, excuse me, handisikuziva kuti chii chiri kuitika nhasi. Kachikosoro aka handiziva kuti kabva nekupi, pane zvandakanditidya zviri kundikanganisa. So anga akuita mari nechikorokoza, but vanhu vekumaraini kwake vanga vagara vachitongotaura kuti pane zviripo pakarombwa. So one of the people was supposed to send me pictures of the homestead. Akavaka hanzi anga avakawo zvakanaka zviri nani, but the family was living well. Amai vacho vakatengerwa mota. I'll read some of the messages here that I've been getting from a number of people in Wedza, because I was trying to investigate what kind of lifestyle he was living. As you are seeing there, that's Muvevi. I think he was in Dubai, enjoying himself. This is a police officer or a former police officer. Nobody could afford that, and that's the reason why most people in Wedza, in his area, were now saying vakaromba vane chikwambo, because nyaya iyoyo yechikwambo ndiyo akazoita kuti iye aende kumusha anotaura namai vake, because mai vake vakazoita zvivindi zvekumutaurira kuti iwe ko mari uri kumboiwana kupi. She confronted him over the phone, and then he drove from Padare to go and confront his mother, and they had a very heated discussion, argument with the mother. Mama mai vandofunga vaida kunzwisa kuti zviri kufamba sei, uyewo vaida vanga vazvudzwa kumasowe kuti mune chikwambo, mwana wenyu ane chikwambo. But hazvina kutangira kumasowe, zvakatangira mumaraini. Munongoziva nyaya dzese dzemumisha dzinotangira kumaraini. As you can see there, he is in Dubai enjoying himself. That's the murderer, the triple murderer, Jason Muvevi, having a nice time. Even kumusha kwacho, he had also done extremely well in terms of making sure that his family is comfortable. Hanzi pana pa message andinayo, hanzi yegold iyo ndeimweyo. Hanzi Muvevi akaenda kwaChief Ruzane zvikanzi aenda kuwedza, saka akati regai ndivamirire muroad. Okay, this one is not what I want to read. That's a different one that explains, because I was asking why is it that this happened pamatsine. I'll come to that. Where is this Ranga Pasina Apura Purisa? Where is hanzi audio haisi kunyatsoburitsa mazwi. Muvevi anobva kwaNegombwe. Negombwe is just after Makwarimba. Ini ndiri kwaRuswa, kwa sisi vangu. asi ndinotopfuura nepamba pavo mazuva ose ndichibva kuchikoro kana kutsime. Pamba pavo pakavakwa zvakanaka. Akatengera mai vake mota, akatengera mukoma wake mota, akatengera munin'ina wake mota. So this is a person who was living an above average life. Even the family in Wedza was also living an above average life. Ukaona mai vaine mota kumasowe, vachienda nemota kumasowe, vachienda nemota kuchigayo, kureva kuti zvinenge zvaita. But that became now again the source of the problems, the mishap that we are now talking about, that the people in the area were now questioning, where is the money coming from? Vana vakaromba, vanhu vane chikwambo. And then he traveled to Wedza to go and question the mother. Unfortunately, he found the mother not there, and he was now going Kumasowe. When he was going Kumasowe, he passed by Pamakwarimba Primary School. It's not really Makwarimba, it's called St. John's, but we know it is Makwarimba Primary School. There, he was normal. He was talking normally to the teachers that are at Makwarimba Primary School, even promising them, computers and other things, and to finish a block that was not, that is incomplete. But in the process, he also argued with the people there, some of the teachers there, that they were not teaching well, that the children were not doing well. After that, he proceeded Kumasowe, akapinda mota make. He was actually in the company of one of another Muvevi, a relative. Then vasvika ikoko, he went akapaka paMasowe, and he got paMasowe akatotanga da kunamata, akatogarawo paMasowe ipapo. Madzibaba Crispin vachiparidza sekutaura kwanamboita kuti madzibaba Crispin ndeve chechi yekwaMugodhi. Chechi yekwaMugodhi headquarters yacho iri muHwedza, iri panonzi paMatsine. Muzukuru wangu uyo Memory Zulu anotopaziya pandiri kutaura ipapo. Ndo pane headquarters pakamboita noise paya. I think there was a lot of commotion in a few months ago. PaMugodhi pacho vanhu vachirovana, vachitemana nematemo nenyaya yesuccession, because vaMugodhi vacho vakafira ipapo, vakavigwa ipapo. Pakazomboita maissues ekuti vekwaMugodhi vanga vakuti vada kurova guva raMugodhi apo anga ari mupostori. Ndangotaurawo zvangu dzimwe nyaya. And then he was vakazopedzisira mukuru mwana wacho apinda pachigaro anonzi mukuru wacho weMugodhi Church. Saka ndo chechi yaipindwa namai vaMuvevhi. Saka akaendapo akasvika vari kuparidza, zvazouya zvake. Handizive kuti chakataurwa chii ipapo, but akabva angotora pfuti yake, revolver yake, ndobva arova madzibaba vari pakati pekupa shoko. Handisana mboona zvakadaro. Munhu ari pakati pekuparidza obva atongodamburwa nepfuti ipapo. And then after that, vanhu vese vakabva paita, it became chaotic. Munhu akamhanya nekoko. But he now wanted to kill his own mother. Mai vakangotizawo vachitochema vachitoti ko chii chiri kuitika. And then he fired some shots towards the mother. But unfortunately, fortunately, he missed. And the mother ran away like all the other people vanga vari paSowe ipapo vakabva vatiza. Even the other person that he had traveled with, who he was in his car, also, ran away from the car and just disappeared into the village. And then Muvevhi left the dead body of Madzibaba Crispin, may his soul rest in peace. And he left Makwarimba, and he was now looking for Sub-Chief Rujeke. Is it Sub-Chief Rujeke? So he was now looking for one of the Sub-Chief Ruzane, rather, not Rujeke. Sub-Chief Ruzane. Ruzane, I was now trying to inquire, why was he looking for Sub-Chief Ruzane? Apparently in Wedza, they discovered gold, and he had arguments with Sub Chief Ruzane because he wanted to go and do his illegal gold mining there in the Ruzane area. So he was now looking for Sub Chief Ruzane. So I don't understand now. This is where people need to come in and interrogate the whole thing, because this Sub Chief had nothing to do with the issue that is being raised, that he killed the Madzibaba, because Madzibaba had prophesied that ane chikwambo mai vake vanga vamukwesena kuti ane chikwambo. But he was also now going after Sub Chief Ruzane. He was now looking for him. He went to the next business center pagoto ndo patinorapwa ipapo, ndo pane kachipatara kedu, and then ipapo pari kunzi paaudio akanetsana nevanhu, haana kuuraya munhu ipapo pagoto, akazonouraya munhu the next business center pamukamba. It's a very small business center. Goto is even bigger. He had an argument with the bar person at one of the small bottle stores whom he killed. I was trying to get the name of the bar person. I haven't gotten it, and I don't think even the police have released that name. But that's the second person that was killed by Muvevi. And then from there, he got information at Mukamba Business Center that Sub Chief Ruzane had gone to Wedza. So he was now trying to go to Wedza Center. You get to Wedza Center before you get to all these places when you're coming from Harare. So he was now driving backwards, which means he actually passed by Makwarimba, where he had committed that crime. I want you to listen very carefully here, because we are going to interrogate the efficiency of our police officers. Because at Makwarimba, there's a very small police station. I think there's only one person who will be there. He drove past Makwarimba, where he had committed a murder. And from Makwarimba, you go to Mugodi. From Mugodi, you go to Matsine. And then at Matsine, I think he was communicating with some people, because he heard that Sub Chief Ruzane was coming back from Wedza Center, where he had gone. And Sub Chief Ruzane had also been told by people over the phone, thank God we now have phones, that this madman, Jason Muvevi, is looking for you, and he's dangerous. He has already killed another person. So he waited for the Sub Chief at Matsine, pamusha pangu pa bus stop yedu chaipo ndo paakamirira ipapo. At the same time, the police at I think the one police officer at Makwarimba, he had alerted Wedza police station that this is what had happened. One person has already been killed, and they also reported that another person had been murdered at Mukamba Business Center. So the police officers were now coming from Wedza Center, boxes here, driving a Santana towards Mukamba, Makwarimba, and then they, he heard that they were coming, he heard that Chief Ruzane was coming, and then he waited, Pamatsine. And then in that process, these police officers saw his car, because it had already been identified, and everyone had been told to be on the lookout for that car. And they saw that car parked at Matsine bus terminus. It's just a bus stop. There's no business center there. Business center iri pamberi Matsine. Anga angopaka paside pe road. And then they stopped now to confront him. And when they went out of the car, that was the officer in charge of Wedza police station, Maxwell Wove, may his soul rest in peace. When they went to, confront him. He was having his gun, his service gun. Very important part here. Then they went out to confront him, and he also went out with his gun, and he started firing. And the police officer, the now gone police officer, Maxwell Howe, tried to shoot back, but his gun jammed. His gun jammed. He didn't fire. And then he tried to run back into the Santana. Guess what happened? The door of the Santana didn't open. And that's when he was shot. The others, they'd already jumped back in. I think there was two other police officers. They'd already jumped back in the Santana. And one of them was injured. He's still in hospital as we are speaking. So this is the reason why I was saying this is a very important part in this discussion. The gun for the late Maxwell Howe, the officer in charge of Wedza police station, jammed when he was trying to fire. What could have happened? You could have killed him first. And secondly, the door of the old Santana vehicle that he was driving did not open immediately. And that's when he was killed. Estella, if you can play this very painful, sorrowful video of the mother of Maxwell talking about what happened, exactly the details that I'm talking about here.
Sure, Chief. Please do indicate in comments if the video is not audible.
Tivunza ugozvidavira asi chokuita hapana nokuti death is so final. Hauna chimwe chauchagadzirisa kana chauchaita kureva kuti dhora vharwa. Chandinongoshuva ndechekuti mwana wangu azorore murugare. Asi ndinofara nokuti ndanzwa kuti pano pana Deputy Commissioner General weZimbabwe Republic Police. I have this to say to you, ma'am. Ndiri mai vari bereaved, vakazara neshungu pamoyo. Mundiregerere, ma'am, but you have to listen to me. Ndoda kuti munzwe nokuti ndine shungu kuti mwana wangu paWedza apo ari mu vehicle ye police station vehicle, wanzi dore station vehicle rakaramba kuvhurika. Hey, nyangwe dema muri mushangu dzangu pane chinosimuka samai. Station vehicle yeZRP yaramba kuzaruka. Unozoti samai kudade yakazaruka zvimwe. Vanoti dai kufunga kwebenzi, but ndo zvandiri kutofunga, ma'am. Dai station vehicle yanga isina kufa, ine madhoo atinotarisira. Dai pamwe, dai. Chechipiri, kuverenga hamusati mandirondedzera, ndinowa kuti pfuti yakanjema. ZRP inodava kupuwa state of the art guns. Kwete kuti padza Ian Smith kana dzimwe dzavakeki. Tinoda guns okuti kana mupurisa akaibata anodwa kuti wakashonga. Dai mwana wangu anga kana dzimwe hama dzake dzanga nadzo vanga vane the state of the art guns. Zvimwe dai munonzwa kwandiri kuinda nepfungwa yangu. Dai polisi ngaishongedzwe. Polisi ngaishongedzwe nezvinofanira kuitira kuti isu tirege kuchema misodzi yeropa seyandinochema masikati ezuva ranhasi. I am grieved. As at the same time ndinotarisa kuZRP ndoti what is this? Zvichida mwana wangu ungadai ari pano nhasi. Pamwe dai ndichinomubvunza kuti wamuka sei ari mupenyu achirwara ari muchipatara. Please, ma'am, indaine message yangu to whoever, whichever office. Asinoda kuti muzive kuti samai vaMaxwell, I am grieved. I am bereaved, but at the same time, I am grieved. My loving son Maxwell, rest in peace, in eternal, perfect peace. Amen.
Amen.
Right. Right. Stella, I'm going to allow you to comment. You are a mother. And you heard what our mother said, Maxwell's mother said about what she thought could have happened. Had it been that Maxwell's gun did not jam, that Maxwell had managed to open the door of the Santana. I just want your feelings as a mother.
Thank you so much, Chief. Yeah, as a mother, I can't even imagine what it is like for Maxwell Howe's mother, knowing that her son is gone, but it was just down to technical failures in the equipment that her son was equipped with by the authority that sent him out in service, that her whole life is gone just because of failure to ensure that our police is not only well equipped, but also well trained. I couldn't help noticing when Chief was explaining, Kuti, obviously our police were informed that this man was a fugitive. He had already shot 1 or 2 people and he was in possession of firearm. Have they been trained how to deal with such a situation? They should never have left the vehicle and approached this dangerous man who is armed, who has already committed 2 or 3 murders without securing their own safety. That is the very first important thing when you're dealing with a dangerous situation. I can't help bringing to mind in America how a lot of Black people, sadly, are shot simply because the police officer felt it was necessary to shoot to secure his own safety. So I'm heartbroken that our officers are not given that training, that as they go out in service to the nation, they have to first ensure their own safety. I'm really shocked that they just got out of the car and approached him like that, knowing he has a loaded weapon and he has already killed. There's so much else that they could have done. They could have shielded themselves behind their car and aimed at him and instructed him to come out of the car without his gun, his hands held up, and ready to shoot if he should make any suspicious movement. Just
Yeah,
to
but the
secure.
thing is, the officer, was, he had done all that. I'm sure they took all the precautions. He tried to shoot, and then the gun jammed. So he could have actually shot him first before he shot him.
Yes, Chief, but I feel like our officers are not given that training that they should have, how to deal with all these different situations without putting their own lives at risk. And I feel like even just checking that the gun is functional is one of those procedures that they should be taught. Make sure your
What about the door of the Santana? I mean, these are things that are supposed to be normal in a normal working economy, in a normal country. Masantana, takasiya ari kumasantana. Na nasi vachiri kuashandisa. Those cars should be phased out. Because if the door had opened, you would have taken refuge in in the car, definitely.
Yes, absolutely. So it all comes down to the authorities. They really don't care about providing service to the people. So they do not invest. They do not invest in the equipment. They do not invest in training the officers either. They're just sent out there without being properly trained. In
Yeah.
functional countries, those things are checked regularly. The guns are checked regularly. Are they still operational? And they are serviced regularly. Same thing with vehicles, whether they are for public transportation or whatever form of service. They are regularly checked and serviced. But our authorities, they don't know what their responsibilities are. So they just send our sons out there without equipping them properly, without preparing them with the right information and procedures that would keep their lives safe as they offer service to their nation. And so I would call out to all mothers. It doesn't matter which political party we affiliate with. These failures by the government to meet their responsibilities is costing us the lives of our husbands, our sisters, our brothers, our children. We might, enjoy at the time when our sons can bring home a little more than others because we are affiliated with the ruling party. But it does not protect our sons. This monster eats the children of Zimbabwe regardless of political affiliation. Let's come together, all of us, and ensure that we elect leaders who understand the responsibilities of leadership, leaders who care for the people, leaders who have a will to develop our country and to serve our people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think those continue, Chief.
Yeah, but we are going to take this further. We are going to go deeper, and interrogate the actions of the police officers. Yes, Jason Muvevi is a murderer, and we're going to come to that. But the police, the Zimbabwean police, they should have done better. This person ended up being arrested in Mozambique by Mozambican authorities. From Wedza, he drove to Rusape in a non-car, in a car that had been identified. How did he pass through Goto? How did he get into Rusape and drive from Rusape all the way to Mutare? In Rusape, it is said that he actually had some altercations with the police or something like that. And then he still escaped and drove all the way to Rusape. All the way to Mutare. Because in Mutare, there is a recorded incident. There is an incident that happened in Mutare. It is said that he went to Mutare Boys High and saw one of the ladies that worked there working. That was now in the evening of the same day that he had committed this murder. Yeah, and then he actually gave that young lady $10 to go and buy chicken so that he can prepare food for him. He was asking about how many people stay in the staff quarters, how many women, how many men, and stuff like that. While he was talking to this young lady, the son to the caretaker, this is very important because we have the name, Raphael Nyawema, is the son to the caretaker. He's known as a drug addict. So he came there and he was now challenging him because he was drunk, he was high. What are you doing here? Who are you? And Muvevi got annoyed and he opened fire. He opened fire to Raphael Nyawema at Mutare Boys High. 3 rounds, you know. This is a public place. And he still got away from Mutare Boys High and went all the way to the border. How was he not arrested in Mutare? He shot a gun, 3 rounds of ammunition at Mutare Boys High. And he still managed to drive. I think at one time he left his car somewhere because in the next video that we are going to show you, he's going to be talking to police officers how he managed to cross from Mutare into Mozambique, into Manica province, without being dictated, without being caught by the Zimbabwe Republic Police, only to be caught in Mozambique, in Manica province. When he had crossed over, he actually crossed through the border, we suppose. He crossed, and then when he was outside the border, he got, he hijacked, not he got a lift. He hijacked a biker, at gunpoint, and told him to give him a ride. And that's how he ended up being caught by the Mozambican authorities. The biker managed somehow to alert the Mozambican authorities. But this Manica is just at the border of Mozambique. And the Mozambican authorities didn't take even a few hours to arrest him immediately when he had gotten into Mozambique. But this is a person who spent the whole day, over 12 hours in Zimbabwe, driving in a known car. But he was not arrested. Was he bribing police officers? Or is it just we have an inept police office, police service that could not arrest this murder? You can go ahead and play the video, Esther, where he's narrating how he was caught. And I must say, in the video, you're going to see how this person is not even remorseful. He doesn't talk or act like he killed 3 people. That 3 people have lost their lives. That 3 people with families here that are mourning. The way he was talking was so relaxed, that carefree attitude. Just play the video up to the time, when the other person starts speaking, and then you can stop it right there. And then we can talk about it.
Okay. And once again, viewers and listeners, please do indicate if there are any issues with the volume.
Ndakura wacha yangu inotodhura $300 ndatoshaya kuti ndoita sei ndipe phone ndo ine mari.
So wakapedza 1000 more than 1000 in 2 days.
Yeah, the volume is low, Estelle. I can't even hear.
2 days later,
you can play it again. It's very low.
Ndosandotaura kuti ma 1000.
Okay. Please, viewers and listeners, can you indicate if the volume is okay? Because sometimes Chief Queen and gave low.
I know, right?
Yeah. So let me try again, though.
Okay.
Ndakura wacha yangu inotodhura $300 ndatoshaya kuti ndoita sei ndipe phone ndo ine mari.
So wakapedza 1000 more than 1000 in 2 days. Who's what was from Burkina in I don't know 1000. 2 days later, or kutaka mapepo case was not 1000. Young end of 1000.
Ndosandotaura kuti ma 1000.
Iwe what?
Mzanyo mukwese nasteri. Mzanyo mukwese nasteri. Gatsa na ngudzi freely. Gatsa na ngudzi freely. Gatsa na ngudzi.
Ndigone yatsonotsana awa ndutaura hangu ndaona kuti ndudza zvakanaka.
Mzamukwese nasteri. Gai freely.
Nditi bhurubhuru ndinonyarara. Ndokusiya motora mega. Iright yangu. Ndimburisa kai. Ndichandaura ndakumbanya idzi ndazokuza.
Aiwa indati kuda
asi chef hangu awandanyingwapo kabrief.
Achiwapa no problem.
Saka ndadaro mana ndati kwamutare. Kwamutare pa boys ayamba ndati kwamutare. trust just walking kwakurungotoka dai ndakatofamba mahuswa kwakutohwanda mahuswa nondasingazive bhodha ndisati ndakambopinda bhodha vandakurosa usiku pesa nemahuswa ndoziva ndachitsvage wangu pesa but ndachitohwanda mahuswa mota dzingodi wotongokana
pane pawakamboona mapurisa rine zuro manheru
mapurisa ekupi polisi
kana mota dzine dzawakafungidzira
mota ndaingohot but ndaiziva kuti pamwe
dzawakafungidzira ndedzepolisi wakaziona papi
pane pamwe pana ndakahwanda so pamwe pachi ingoti nzvimbo dzemamutara handise but pane pana ndakahwanda ndaiona mota dzati ndana ndiri padhuze ndatiri kure ani mune mazuswa here mwe ndaingodaiwo ndongohwanda
handiko pagame park papa pawakazodonedza imwe futi pa
futi apa ndakanosvika ndikagara kapa ndaibvunza ndasezvo ndopinda nepapi ndakatombogara apo ndiri muchitere changu chiyanha
ndionani
mwana wepaki handipane pagere yakanga yakatodaika futi dzaitonzi ndichitonzwa kuti
uri mutoereri
aiwa ndazokufamba bhosi ndakaudza mufana wandakaudza ngaripo
uchida sadza
ndakuda sadza mani zara kandiri zara kabuda
Right, you can see, I mean, this is heartbreaking, Estella. This person is not remorseful. He's so relaxed. He doesn't look like he just took 3 lives. You know, he not remorseful. You know, like it's everything is normal to him. You can go ahead, Estelle. Let's have your comments.
Yes, inini hangu chief, I think vanhu vakawanda kuZimbabwe vane mental issues. We tend to think kuti kurwara nepfungwa chine like we only see it when it is at extremes. Munhu maybe akufamba asina kupfeka achinhonga chikafu mubhini tobva tati uyu akurwara nepfungwa. Asi kurwara nepfungwa zvinobvira pamentality yemunhu. When your brains don't, they stop operating the normal way, when something that should not be normal becomes normal to you and you're okay with it and you can do it without feeling any remorse. Vanhu vezanu vakawanda vari kutorwara nepfungwa ende zviri kukonzereswa nema-environments avari kugara in, where the law is busy punishing people for speaking out against criminal acts, against oppression, against terrorism, and allowing vanhu vakakomita macrimes anotozivikanwa, macrimes mahombe, allowing them to walk scot-free. So it is programming people wrong. Young people, vachiona izvozvo, they start to think kuti aiwa, in life the better way is to affiliate neava vanoita crime, because when you speak out against crime, you are arrested, you are beaten, you are killed. But when you commit crime, you are allowed to walk free, and sometimes you are even glorified. Saka ZANU-PF iri kutokuvadza new generation pfungwa, vana vakutorwara nepfungwa. Ndokwazvinotangira until it gets to this level yekuti they can do anything. Vakarova vanhu vakuru kuwedza, they have no remorse. Vaurayiwa pfungwa vana vechidiki. And that's one of the reasons why we absolutely need to make sure kuti muna 2023 we change leadership. This leadership, inopa a good example to our youth. Institute systems anodzidzisa vana kuti crime does not pay. And we are hoping kuti at least this one time our courts, our legal system can do the right thing. As Tina Job Sikala, Honorable Scala, Avasina Chavakataza, Havasati Vapua bail. I hope they are not going to issue bail. Kunemunu, and 3 murders Zaka committed zinozivikanwa everyone in Zimbabwe. Vachinyima Job Sikala asina chavakataza. Thank you so much, Chief.
Yeah, yeah. It's don't be surprised you see him getting bail because he has money, and from the confidence that he has, the way he was talking, I would not be surprised to see him walking there, out of jail on bail. It's very possible. But I'm just heartbroken that a person who made that, an officer in charge at Wedza police station, Maxwell Wove, and also made that Baba Crispin at a Sowe in Makwarimba, and also made that one young man, a barman at Mukamba Business Center, was so relaxed, like he didn't care. But there's also something here that people should know, that this person had already was already a murderer before this. It is said that he had already he had an altercation at a gold mine, at an illegal gold mine, sometime last year, and he shot that person and killed him in cold blood. Why was he not arrested? Obviously, he used his money. So we may not even rule out him doing the same thing again. Pane munhu ambonyora panapa akati ngozi achamukirwa nengozi. Ini totofunga ngozi yacho yakatotanga ipapo. Munhu wacho waakapfuura pekutanga iyeye gore rakapera ndiye anogona kunge akutomupfukira, because it is said that that was an unsolved murder. It's there, it's in police records, but he was not charged. He was not even arrested. One, because he was a police officer, and two, I want to suppose because he had money. He easily bought out police officers, and I would want to see, the police getting to the depth of this, getting to the bottom of all this. Why was he not charged of the murder that he committed earlier on? Because if he had been arrested for that murder, then these three people would still be alive today. But because some police officers were corrupt and they accepted a bribe, I'm not saying this, as a matter of fact, but I'm saying, why would be a person who murdered someone at a gold mine where there were witnesses, where there were people, why was he still out of custody? Why was he not arrested? Why was he not serving for the murder of that person? Today, he has killed 3 more people. It calls for us to have an introspection on our police officers, on our police force, but most importantly, like Estella was saying, on our government that is allowing this rot to happen. Because the fish rots from the top. If the top is not respecting, the law, if it doesn't observe the law, the police officers don't observe the law. The people below don't also observe the law. The ordinary men in the streets will say, what? Why should I, observe the law when Mnangagwa himself is going around saying Triple C and all the opposition parties should be, thrown away from Zimbabwe, should be chased away from Zimbabwe, when the vice president of a so-called vice president of a country is saying Chamisa needs to be murdered, when some ZANU-PF people are going around telling the world that Chamisa needs to be murdered, and they get scot-free, they don't get arrested. And all these things that we are seeing today, that we see ZANU-PF people or anyone who is connected to ZANU-PF, someone is caught with gold. You are seen caught with gold bars at an airport, and it's recorded, it's there. That person is never arrested or arrested and set free. What does everyone else think? That if you are connected to ZANU-PF, you can get away with murder. That if you know someone in ZANU-PF, you can get away with murder. That if you have money in Zimbabwe, you can get away with murder, you can get away with anything. That's the lawlessness that we are seeing in Zimbabwe. A country that has no law, or a country that has 2 laws. One law that applies to certain people, and another law that applies to certain individuals. We need to look at all that. So as we commemorate, as we talk about the passing on of these three Zimbabweans, we should also look at our country, at our police force, at our government, at us as a nation, as a people. Is this the nation we want? Is this the country we want? We can do better as Zimbabweans. And I want to repeat that these lives could have been saved if the police force in Zimbabwe had done its job. Dyson Muvevi was a non-murderer. He had committed another murder before. If he had been arrested for that murder, these three people could have been saved. And I also want, as we finish, you to think why Muvevi was not arrested in Zimbabwe. But it took only a couple of hours for the Mozambican police force to arrest him. Estela, your last words.
Sorry. Yeah. Yes. You are right, Chief. We need to introspect on our country, on our values, and on our identity as a nation. What we are hoping for in our future and in our children's future. And we need to realize that there is no savior who's coming from the international community or anywhere else who's coming to institute the change that we so badly need in Zimbabwe. And to realize that we are faced with a window of opportunity, which, if we let it go, it could be another 40 or so years again before that window of opportunity is presented before us. So as we reflect on these senseless murders and many others that have been committed by ZANU-PF youth and those affiliated with ZANU-PF, as we reflect on the state of our economy, the state of our infrastructure, the state of our health system, the state of our educational system, that we understand that there is no two ways about it. The time is now. We have to do something now. We cannot afford to lose this opportunity. We cannot afford another 5 years under this rulership. We need to make sure it is done. Those are my words of encouragement, Chief.
Thank you very much, Estela. And one last point that I got from my discussions with people in Wedza is that the Mvevi family right now, as we are speaking, they have reached out to the three families of the murdered, and they are trying to make it right. Ndozvatinoita pachivanhu pedu kuti kana munhu aponda munhu zvakadaro, you reach out. So for that, we want to compliment the family for following our culture and tradition. Of course, it's not a replacement of the murdered, but at least the family is doing the right thing. We hear that at least $300, I think, has been given to each of the families for them, as the start of the reparations negotiations, which have been started by the family. And guess what? Those negotiations are being assisted by the Wedza police which is good. But we are also told that ZANU-PF is heavily involved in those negotiations. I don't know whether it's confirmation that Muzez was, a member of ZANU-PF, but ZANU-PF officials are involved. So are the chiefs and the sub-chiefs in Wedza. Yes, I did this program because in honor, not only because it's a change radio program, but because I come from Wedza myself, and I was emotionally involved, emotionally connected, more so that Maxwell Wove, the slain police officer, was killed at my bus stop, the bus stop that I know so well, and that I know the families that are being talked about, the Mazbaba, and also. So this is something that I did, for on a personal level, that I had to do something for the people of Wedza. And on behalf of the people of Wedza, I would like to apologize to the murdered families, to the families and relatives, some of whom might even be listening, or some of whom might listen to this video after we are done. We are sorry for the loss, and what Dyson Muvevi did is not a reflection of the people in Wedza. I know our names have been tainted. We have Constantino Chiwenga, a whole vice president, who is part of the human rights abuses in Zimbabwe, who also abused his wife, and I am ashamed that I have people from my own home area that are behaving like that. But before we go, I also want to say nematambudziko kumhuri kwa Mbuya Chiweshe. We heard that Mbuya Chiweshe, a traditional musician, traditional music maestro, a true hero of our culture. He has passed on. Mbuya Chiweshe, as you know her, she was staying in Germany for a very long time. So to me, she was an ambassador of our culture. I don't know, Estella, if you can put some pictures of Mbuya Chiweshe. Some people may not know her, and if you may be able to get a song from Mbuya Chiweshe, we can close out with it. But Mbuya Chiweshe is no more. She passed on in Kambuzuma, a high-density suburb in Harare. That was 2 days ago. And to the Chiweshe family, we want to say, Nema Tambudziko. This is a truly an ambassador of Zimbabwe, truly a cultural ambassador of our country. She put Zimbabwe on the map with the Mbira music, and we want to honor her. We want to appreciate her. She is a true hero. If she is not made a national hero, we are going to make noise. We are going to make noise. If Mbuya Chiweshe is not made a national hero, we're going to make a lot of noise because he deserves that status. This is a true hero of the people of Zimbabwe. But on a lighter note, I'm gonna leave you with this message to one of our own Change Radio DJs, one of our Change Radio employees, or not employees, volunteers, one of our champions, Change Radio champions. She is celebrating her birthday today. If you can also put it up there, we want to honor her. Miss Caroline Dewamoyo. She's a DJ at Change Radio, and she's also a volunteer. She does a lot of work for Change Radio, and she is also in the Triple C, one of our own, a pastor. She was graduating there with a pastoral degree. So we just want to say, happy birthday to her. Happy birthday, Pastor Caroline. She's also our chair lady for Dallas, Texas. Here, interim chair lady for Dallas, Texas. Happy birthday to you, champion. Thank you so much, everyone who has been here with us for the past 1 hour. We appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being here. We do not take that for granted. Those from Wedza, mzukuru wangu angari panapa, please inbox me. We want to talk about the Wedza Development Trust that we have. We are doing a lot of work in Wedza. Those who are from Wedza, please hit my inbox so that you are part of what we are doing in Wedza. We'll add you to the groups. And what is the name? Zulu? Please get in touch. I would want to talk to you about Wedza. Memory Zulu. Estela, thank you so much for all the work that you do for the party and for Change Radio, and in particular for this program. Chief Shoshe, signing off. See you in other programs.
Thank you so much, Chief Shoshe. Thank you, viewers and listeners. We'll just leave you watching our intro, the one we came in with, the song by Cooksman, Hatina Mushapanyika. We wish you an absolutely blessed week and a blessed weekend and a blessed week ahead. Do stay tuned to our channels. We have lots coming all the time. Thank you and good night. Bye-bye.
Hatina musha pano panyika chinofadza mweya yedu kutsvaga musha unouya. Hatina musha, hatina musha, hatifani kuba pano zvinofadza mweya yedu shauno uyakamushakamu shauno hatina musha tinoda musha